Hi, sixth grade. This is actually going to be kind of just a one-step video project. I mean, there's going to be some steps included, but it's just going to be one full video for your Jen Stark project. You should have done a little bit of like background. I probably attached a video or a Google form um, letting you know some information about the artist Jen Stark and how we are using her art for an inspiration for our new project where we're focusing on color. Um, but so if you're at home, I should have given you a packet of supplies. So you should have your black and white printout. You should have a piece of white paper that's a little bit larger, and you should have some markers. So step one of your project is going to be to, well, hopefully write your name on your paper, but then you are going to cut around the person that you picked. And when I say cut around them, this will probably be like a lengthy time cutting because you want to make sure that you are going right on the edge of where they and the background meet. You don't want any extra background image kind of attached to them. So you want to really take your time. If you have somebody who has really intricate details, so I'm kind of coming around Kendrick Lamar's hat here, and then I'm going to these three little pieces of hair that are sticking out. Um, I would say if it's like a detail like that where it's not really that important, you could either try your best with the scissors to really cut it out, or if it's like not that important to the person, you could always potentially cut it off and just kind of go along the face. If you're somebody in class, then I would have an X-Acto knife for you to cut out those really, really fine details. But um, this part really is important because the cleaner you are with your scissors and the more that you get right to where your person is, the better it looks, in my opinion. All right, and so um, then you're just cutting the bottom straight across. And yeah, so then step two is going to be placing it on your paper kind of where you want. You're not gluing it down yet, you're just placing it. And you can kind of pick where you want to put it, maybe to the side. Definitely put it towards the bottom so your person's not floating in the air. But yeah. So then you are going to take a pencil and because your paper is so thin, it is going to be a little bit hard to trace, but you're going to take your time. This is just going to be a guideline for when you are going to glue your person down later in the project, um, like a placeholder, but you want to just kind of mark where your person will be lined up, okay? Um, so yeah. So then based on our artist Jen Stark, you should have seen what her art looks like and things about her. She does more of like rainbow drips and black and white drips. Um, so you are going to take her project as inspiration, and I'm putting my person back there just to kind of plan things out. But I like to start at the top and then work my way down, kind of overlapping at times. But I'm just kind of doing different size drips in different sections. I know it's a little bit hard to see there, but I'm just kind of working my way up and down curving lines. And then I'm going to create like one section. So I'm going to bring this up, it's going to stop, and then that's one section. And then I want to create that overlapping look that she does. So feel free to start your next section kind of like I did, where it's underneath this, the end of this, or you could even bring it from over here, kind of working your way. But definitely think about doing a variety of different heights, so like how far it drips down and how big or small or curvy it is. Okay. And then the reason why I have my person still there is to incorporate kind of how when you draw out your drip sections of how it will be with them there. So kind of incorporating them into your piece. Okay. So I'm just going to fast forward this because I'm just kind of mapping out these sections. So I have one section, two sections, three. Um, and yeah, and if you took a look at some of my other sixth grade project examples from last year that I incorporated into the slideshow, you could see like different ways that they took kind of like this theme of our project and incorporated it like in a different style. Okay. So then the next thing is taking markers. I think that just regular Crayola markers work best, but depending on what you have at home, obviously is what you're going to use. When you're in class, I'll have Crayola markers, I'll have Mr. Sketch markers, I'll have highlighters, and I'll have Sharpies. But I think that regular markers work best. And so I'm starting, because I'm doing the rainbow just like she did. I would say that you could incorporate kind of different color patterns if you want, but definitely incorporate at least one rainbow section because we are trying to use her artwork as an inspiration. So I took red, and at first I just went right over that pencil line area, and then I'm just taking each color and going right along your next color. Even some of them might overlap. But you're going to keep repeating this until you filled the space. And oh, hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. If you notice that when you fill in like the actual drip area, that because when you start to add all your different colors, it will obviously become a little bit more filled. So just that's something to like know and incorporate, that you're not going to get that full area to fill in each color, okay? So I'm going to keep going. The next one is going to be a black and white section. So I'm taking a pencil to map it out just so that I know that it's going to be every other to help me with my placement, because I'm not really going to be having a white marker to fill in. So I'm just kind of planning out with pencil first. So I'm taking my black marker. I'm doing the next line, and then I'm filling it in, but then I'll leave space for my white section afterwards. So just trying to create an every other, okay? I'm trying to keep it about the same width. And so you're just going to keep repeating this. This might take you, oh, sorry, this keeps happening. Let's try this again. This should take you, if you're remote, like more than one day. So if you sit down to do your art, it will probably take you a little bit more than just one day. And I'll break that out. And you can see I'm now incorporating some highlighters just to add a different look. Highlighters are cool because you can kind of overlap them and they create a new color. So I just took the blue section and I took a yellow highlighter and I overlapped them and it created green. Filling, and you can start to see here a lot where it's really showing overlapping. I also try to separate. So if I did a rainbow section here, I did another rainbow section, but it's a little bit different, either a different color order or different, like I'm using Sharpie, so it's a little bit brighter. But I'm trying to create contrast within my whole thing. And then you will keep going the full thing. My finished project is already posted on the Google Classroom, but you're going to keep filling the background. You can leave some areas of white here at the bottom like I did, so you can actually see that there's like it's dripping into the space. But then your last step would be gluing down your person. All right. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me, and I would love to help you or give you suggestions. All right. Bye.